Hi, I'm Chris from airwindows, and this is a little plugin called DrumSlam. Now, this is not the usual plugin that I come out with, because this is something that I've almost never, well, not since the early days, done. This is an homage to somebody else's plugin. And the reason it exists is because Massey's tape head had a hard time coming to audio unit. It was a VSD from way back, and Massey had a hard time doing an AU, and I was like, I only do AUs at the time. So why don't I do something that is my idea of what that was like? And it ended up kind of like this. Here's empty pictures. It helps if I turn it on. It's attenuated. So that's slamming things as hard as it can get. And then it cleans up when you pull it back. But since it's called DrumSlam, I suppose you'd like to hear it on drums. Let's do a little bit of that as well. This is your regular drums. There's a little bit of sound out of it, even just turning it on. So yeah, it's got its uses, I suppose. This is just one of those ones I had lying around. I thought it'd be fun to include. And we can tone it down a little. On. All good fun. Here's how it works, because it is going to go open source. And I should point out, this is not using Massey code. It's not using tapehead code at all. What it is I listened to the output of Massey's plugin, and it seemed to me that I was finding 3 different ranges that each distorted independently. There was a high frequency area that didn't clip as hard, and it let some of the highs through even as you smashed it. There was a mid-range area that got extremely aggressive, and then there was a more low frequency area as well that filled things in. Now I'm sure I don't have the same sound as tapehead, but I'm also pretty good at getting the sounds of things that I can hear. And this is, again, one of the few instances where I listened to somebody else's plugin and tried to get a sound that was similar to it. Now, it didn't get called tapehead because, of course not. And I haven't been telling that story very much. It's just that it's a long time ago, and I don't think anybody is particularly bothered anymore. But my attempts to get the sound of Massey Tapehead in audio unit led to a thing that sounds kind of not the same as Massey Tapehead, but has its own qualities. I was really doing my level best to get it so that things like it on drums here there was a very similar kind of just brutal smash to the Massey thing, and I thought that was cool enough that it would be worth giving it a shot, trying to get it. And whether or not that's actually a good simulation of somebody else's plugin, I think it sounds kind of different, but it's doing that crazy 3-band saturation thing. And it has its uses. Like, here is it on Alien Kittens. Ew. Too much, too loud. It does kind of grind, I'll tell you that. Or better yet, something anything. Now compare that with the raw signal. Yeah, DrumSlam has its uses. There are things about this that are a lot more interesting than the unslammed. And then of course you can obliterate. That was a big snare hit in there. So that's airwindows DrumSlam. It's free for you to have. I don't remember whether I was selling it at $50. I think there may have been a time when I was like, this is made to be similar to somebody else's plugin. I don't want to sell it. But I'm not selling it now. It's out there for free, and it is open source, and it is not Massey's code, and it's not necessarily Massey's sound. It's just inspired by that plugin. And it's one of the few things I have that's that complicated. I like stuff that's a lot simpler. This has 3 separate bands of saturation in different ways and stuff, and that's just more than I generally like as far as the sound. But it does make a very distinctive sound, and that's why I'm putting it out there, so that people can have that and play with it, and they can have it even if they don't have any money to spend on plugins. Then use this. That's just kind of how I roll. So if you'd like to support my Patreon, please support it for the 100 other plugins that I've done, not for this one specifically, but I do hope that you enjoy this one specifically, because it was an interesting challenge. And although I won't normally do that, I won't normally try to rip somebody else's plugin sound, the fact that it became its own thing, to me, kind of balances that out. And what the hell? It's DrumSlam. Have it, enjoy it. Thank you very much for paying attention and keeping me going for the more than a year that I've been doing this. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.